I'm the Dark Knave, the world's greatest supervillain ever.
Cram. Hey gang, Dark Knave here. Big week for film and superheroes. We had the 12 Days of Deadpool Christmas kickoff. We had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer hit. I'm not sure I'm sold on Steve Amell's Casey Jones. The mask is a little horror movie looking, and I get the feeling of, April O'Neil, you have failed this city. But we'll see how it plays out. Also, we had the Civil War International trailer drop. 5 extra seconds of footage. Woohoo! Yeah, not a big deal. The big news this week came from the X-Men Apocalypse trailer, which hit. I think all of us are very pleased to see that Marvel listened to their fans, and we now have a blue honorable to the comic book Apocalypse as opposed to the purple Mighty Morphin Power Rangers villain Apocalypse. So that's awesome, and we are also getting the first look at the 4 Horsemen. I'm not sold on Storm or Magneto as Horsemen, but we'll see how it plays out, as well as Nightcrawler and Archangel, who, I gotta be honest, when he showed up on the screen, I was a little and pretty excited. So we're all looking forward to that, and that comes out next year. Also, since I'm not an idiot, Star Wars hit this week. Probably not going to see it for a couple days, so no spoilers, or we're going to go super villain on your ass. So we'll check out the movie this weekend. We should have a review for you by next week. Here's a piece of Dark Knave trivia for you. I don't know if you know this or not, Graham, but since there is an infinite number of me throughout the multiverse, there are many universes in which I am a Jedi.
Really?
Oh, totally.
Light side or dark side?
Holy, is that working?
No.
Damn it! My book this week is Marvel's Squadron Supreme #1. Take it we still haven't looked at the software.
What?
I know you have time. You've been binge watching Arrow. Whatever. This Marvel book is probably the 100th time they've tried to reboot this team. They originally started in the 70s as a sort of thumb of the nose to DC. In case you can't tell by looking at the individual members, it's pretty much a ripoff of the Justice League. They were originally villains. They were rebooted, most notably by Michael J. Straczynski as the Squadron Supreme. And now here we are at the ashes of Secret Wars, rebooting them once again. This time, however, interesting in that each of the members is from a different universe that was destroyed during the build-up to Secret Wars. They even included Blur, which, for those of you who are old school, would remember him from the new universe that failed Marvel back in the 80s. So, good book, interesting stuff. They're sort of violent vigilante heroes, but their first piece of business is revenge, and so this first issue deals with them going after a major character from the Marvel Universe. There's a big death and the destruction of a pretty prominent city in the universe, so it's got a big bang to start off the series. I'll be interested in seeing where they go from there. I recommend it. Guess what time it is, kids? It's TV mid-season finale season. This is that's a lot of season in one sentence. Gonna send some spoilers your way, so if you haven't seen any of these episodes yet, you might want to watch them first and then come back for the review. Here we go.
You've been warned.
Thank you, Cram. Anyway, over in the Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. world, this show was a little slow going from the start, but now it is really flying along at a pretty good clip. Big explosive series finale, or mid-series finale. We had Inhumans, we had Lash breaking free, we had a Hydra base under attack by S.H.I.E.L.D., we had Coulson on another planet hunting down Ward, who's got Fitz as a hostage, trying to track down a creature that I am personally of the mind of is Death from the Marvel Universe. We've got the rescue, Coulson rescuing Fitz by killing Ward. Thank God. And it felt pretty good, didn't it? One way, yeah. It felt really good when Ward died. Nice. It didn't feel really good because 5 minutes later we find out that Ward is back on Earth and the creature is inhabiting his body, so we get Ward 2.0. I guess we'll see what happens when the show comes back on the air. Thanks for the tease. Over in the CW Flash world, we had an episode with the Rogues. We had Mark Hamill trying his very best not to sound like the Joker, but failing horribly, but having fun as the Trickster, and it was good to see him in full form. We had Captain Coldon, who is obviously setting up his role over in Legends of Tomorrow, and we were introduced to Wally West. Zoom made his play for getting Wells to help him out by threatening Jessie Quick, who is Wells' daughter, clearly going to become a speedster in the future, and the whole show ends with a dinner party. Oh, this is really touching and boring. Anyway, meanwhile, over in Arrow, the show with a cast that's getting to be gigantic, Damien Dark is outed by Oliver Queen to the media as the big bad guy, and he immediately goes about stomping them into the ground publicly to prove a point. Yes.
You know I haven't got to that point yet.
I said spoilers. I said it right before we started talking.
I know, but I thought you cared.
I do, Cram. Just not enough. Anyway, we had Oliver Queen finally proposing to Felicity, and as they're driving away in their limo, all romantic, the whole thing gets shot to pieces, and we've got Oliver holding Felicity, and she's bleeding from the mouth and obviously injured. Rumor on the internet, everybody's talking about she might become Oracle. That seems to fit with her IT skills, but we will see when the show resumes. Meanwhile, over in Supergirl world, a lot of Kryptonian melodrama as her aunt shows up to tell her a bunch of lies that she was told about her mother. And we have Cat Grant, who is supposed to be this amazing investigative reporter, finally figuring out that Kara is Supergirl by asking her to take off her glasses. Yeah, the Kryptonians aren't really known for their fantastic disguises. Last fight involves the Kryptonian army attacking Maxwell Lord's headquarters. Maxwell Lord is a cool character. Stay tuned. You'll see. He's a metahuman, although I don't know if they made him one in the show just yet. But they will. It'll be awesome. And it ends with Supergirl and Non flying at each other to fight. And then, the show just ends. Kind of a strange cliffhanger, but I guess we're gonna pick up right there when the show starts. Anyway, and last but not least, I kind of want to talk a little bit about Heroes Reborn. I used to dig this show. The first season was a big critical darling. People really loved it, and then unfortunately the second season happened, and then really unfortunately the third, and then the fourth happened, and man, that show was terrible. The original creators are back, and it's got the same feel as the first season of the show the last go around. A lot of good tip of the hat moments to the original series, some cool powers, and a pretty decent storyline involving the big bad, who is a corporate woman type who is trying to save the world by teleporting people and stuff well into the future to skip this catastrophe that's going to destroy the planet. Good stuff. I would check it out. And of course, there's 2 shows that have mid-season finales as well, and that would be iZombie and Walking Dead, but I haven't seen either one, and so I will spend my time binge-watching them, as I know you've been binge-watching Arrow, and not looking into the software to put up digital pictures when I know you have the time, but that's okay. That's a subject for another time. Thank you for watching Weekend Geek, everyone. I'm your host, The Dark Knave, with his henchman, Cram. And as always, make sure to share and subscribe to spread the word of the Dark Knave throughout your known universe.
If you're looking for any additional information about anything we talked about today, check out the links down in the doobly-doo.
Ready, Cram?
Ready.
Supervillain freeze frame.